Good morning, people in the south, and good day, my people in the east. Good afternoon, my lovely entrepreneurs in the west. Good evening, friends in the north. How you guys doing? We're back again. Yes, we're back. What did you think? Back, we're here. Yeah. So today I'll be. Have you guys heard about when I first learned about this, I was blown away. I was blown away by the integration that our sectors, our economical sectors, or economic sectors integrates into each other. I was blown away by how important this is. And that's when I learned that an economy without transportation is not a disaster. It does not exist. A disaster I see. Disaster can be managed. An economy without transportation system does not exist. There is no economy without transportation system. When I learned that, I was blown away by just that concept. And I was like, wow. So transportation. And then I started thinking about a possibility of us losing all the airports and planes and everything. That means we won't be able to fly anywhere. Then we lose all the ships and everything. That means we won't be able to export and import anything. The possibility of losing all the cars I see, the tire, the possibility of losing production of a tire. Do you know how important a tire is? Tire works in planes, tire works on cars, tire works on cars. I'm referring to light-driven vehicles. Tire works on trucks. Trucks are heavy-driven vehicles. Tire works on ships. Don't use tires. No, ships don't use tires. But have you realized the importance of a tire? So if we lose the production of a tire, we're doomed. And then I was like, yeah, this is mind-blowing, because indeed, when you look into the entire economy of any country anywhere across the world, transportation is the core. If you take out transportation, that economy doesn't exist. And it will never exist. It will die a quick death, like a quick poisonous death. So I was blown away by exactly that when I first learned that an economy without transportation sector, it's no economy. And that's what I want to talk about today. And these will mostly be focused on South Africa because I see things here, I live here, I'm residing here. But you can, or you might as well, relate whatever that I'm sharing here with your own country. Probably we're going to be the same. We're going to be like, with what I'm going to touch base on today in terms of disruptive innovation. So the aim here is to assist us see the things that we haven't given attention, so we can go into such spaces and disrupt the markets with innovative ideas, So that's what I'm going to talk about. I need to stop this thing. I promised myself that I'm not going to do it. And I don't work on edits, so I don't edit my videos. I just talk, wire, and then wire means I just talk continually without any cuts or anything like that. I talk for 35 minutes and I post the video the way it is, as raw as it is. So I don't do take 5, no. Silence on set, no. Lights, camera, action, no. I just sit here and start talking. So I always forget that I need to stop this thing. It irritates me to the core. Phew, yeah. See, I replaced it with that. So Transportation sector. I think I'm gonna touch base on transportation sector in the next episode or so, because I touched base on it on another episode where I promised I'm gonna double click specifically on creating economy around or building a nighttime economy. Yeah, that's the way that I'm looking for. Building a nighttime economy. That's what today I'm gonna talk about. Have you guys noticed that in many villages, to an extent of small towns, the economy stops and goes to sleep around 7 in the evening? 7 p.m. economy goes to sleep, and that's it. That particular economy will only wake up the next day at 7 in the morning. That means for the entire 12 hours, the life of that economy is like that thing in the hospital that goes to like maybe those people that are working night shift at the petrol filling stations and hospitals, and those are the people that are keeping it alive and going, it's like that. So 12 hours of our economy gone. 12. So it works from 12 in the morning until 12 in the evening. 12 a.m., 12 p.m. 7 a.m. rather to 7 p.m. My apologies. 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Then the economy closes. Then from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., the economy is still sleeping. Then we wake it up, then it wakes up, and then it's back again, living. Then when it goes to 6:30 and it goes to economy gone, sleeping. And that's not how we're going to create jobs. There's no job that is going to be created if 12 hours of our economy is being thrown out of the window. Unnecessarily. That's not necessary. If we really want to create jobs, we can't be entertaining the economy that sleeps at night and waking up in the morning. We can't afford to do that. We have jobs to create. We have a lot of work to do here. We have over 55% of our young people not being employed or not working. We can't sit with an economy with so much potential and let it go to sleep at 7 p.m. It's not gonna work. Whoever who sees this from a government office somewhere, take this video and play it to the president. It is not going to work. We've got ideas. We don't have money to establish these ideas, to build these ideas so that our economy can start building up during nighttime. And we save up on that 12 hours that we are currently losing. That's a lost time, and we will never recover that time. Never, ever recover that time. So, ideas that we have a truckload of ideas which needs money to develop. Some needs a little bit of money, some needs a lot of money, a lot of investment that we can present to your departments, different departments, wherever. If you're a minister, MMC, whoever, a manager of something, we have ideas that we can create those long-awaited jobs that we're waiting for the Messiah to come and create. They are not going to be created by someone from outside of this earth. They want to be created by us. They have to be created by us and the generation after us. Those ideas are here. We have them. We lock them in the box. You come, you tell us what you want, we search in the box, we take out an idea, we give it to you, we present it to you the way you want it. It makes sense to you. You pop money, we grow the idea, fund the idea, we finance the idea, we grow the idea, we create employment, we show you stats, people start working, and people are making a living. Simple as that. We specialize with ideas. Here we come to work to think of new ideas. That's all we do. Come to work to think of new ideas. We eat breakfast in the morning in the office so we can nourish our minds and think better and come up with ideas. Some don't make sense, we understand, we know. Some do for the public. Those that don't make sense will make sense when they're implemented, obviously. You know, I'm just saying, throw it in there. Maybe someone from the presidential office will see this and say, come, we need you. You know, you never know. So let's take it from that transportation sector that I once touched based on. I was touching base on all the core sectors of the economy, and obviously I couldn't leave out the transportation sector. And I promised that I will definitely double click on the sector itself and dedicate the entire episode on the sector. And I will also double click on creating a nighttime economy. And today I'm doing exactly that on this episode. So let's take it from there, because we have an avalanche again we have an avalanche of rather ideas that we can use at night and create employments that are supposed to be that we really want to create during the day, and they don't fit to be created during the day instead. And we have no plan, yet we have 12 hours that go out of the window every day. Just multiply the 12 hours by 365. Almost half of the year. Half of 365 is 43 days. 143 days gone of the economy not being used. You know, use just a little bit of that 140 something days. Got ideas here. Go into the channel and get our contact. Talk to us and let's share. Let's share these ideas. Let's sell the ideas to you. We have the ideas that are ready. We've got MVPs. We've tested our things. Our things are working, but there's no money to get them rolling. You know, yeah. The ideas that can employ 5 million people. Yeah, I'm serious. 5 million people can be employed by just one idea can create something that can actually employ 5 million people. Like waking up, going to work across the country, 5 million. Huh? So, on this particular topic, the biggest focus here was to focus on the fact that the economy that we want to create, which will be a nighttime economy, is the economy which a lot of people will think there's a lot of threats that this economy that I'm talking about is going to face. And such threats are safety and security. I want to dwell much on the safety and security things as I go through the ideas that we have, the ideas that we might explore. You know, the ideas that I share here, they're not part of the ideas in the track. The ideas in the track are locked in the track. These that I share here, it's general things that we see on a daily basis. But I know some people who've got open minds will take this seriously and they will run with them. So, our transportation system, like I said, there's no economy without transportation system. Our transportation system ends at 7 p.m. As it ends, the economy goes to sleep. So what do? We need to first establish transportation system that will operate at night. Once we establish that, then we know we have transportation system, which is the core, or which is the system that's going to hold the entire economy together. Now, once we have that up and running in place, then we know any other thing will come. Any other sector will come and sit on top of this foundation, which is the transportation system. As long as we don't have that, forget about creating an economy during nighttime. Because an economy without transportation system, it's no economy. So we're first going to create or build transportation system during the night. During this time, as and when we build the transportation system during the night, this is an innovative idea that I thought of. We're going to introduce entrepreneurs, innovators, funders, gather here, because this is what I do every time on my videos. We're going to introduce safety and security as the first job creation part of the entire element. Do you know how many security guards with qualifications out there who don't have employment? Already we've started. We introduce safety and security as the first element of transportation system during the night. Then we're dealing with the entire problem that threatened the system at night. Safety and security. So we're gonna hire security guards depending on whatever or the type of transportation system that we're gonna create during the night. We're gonna hire security guards. We're gonna hire special police force. We can send young people to go train in our police college, wherever it is in South Africa, to go and train specifically for this one. Employ as many as you can, because this is going to be rolled out across the country probably, and these police will work specifically they will start to work from 6, then they will knock off at 6 in the morning, because their job is to maintain this transportation system during the night, to eliminate the safety and security threat that poses the threat towards this entire transportation system at night. Be the train, taxi system, whatever, bus system, or whatever that is. I believe even some trains, they do go on a shutdown in some airports. They don't travel too late at night. I think they end around 9-10. From there, they don't travel that late. I need to verify this. I'm not sure of the times, but they do go on a shutdown sometime. From 9-10, they don't. Even if you go online and check the planes from 12-1 in the morning, you won't find any. Am I lying? Yes, I'm not lying. I'm not lying, it's true. So, I don't need to go and verify this. So, first element, we introduce safety and security police and security guards into this system. Then we've created employment. Who's going to pay them? Whoever that's going to run this entire thing must be able to pay them. So this is a system that we can design. It's a system that we can sit down and design. And then whoever that's going to run it will be able to pay all these guys. Then the public will be allowed to use this transport. You know what's going to happen when that comes into effect? My God. Shops are going to start opening at night because it's safe to go shopping at night. You know what's going to happen? The traffic on our roads is going to be reduced. You know what's going to happen? The filling stations, the gas filling stations, petrol filling stations are going to now literally operate 24/7, because they will be busy during the day the same way as they are busy at night. So they'll be busy at night. For the people that will be going shopping and everything, then they will still be busy during the day. So this means we're going to have to beef up the resources at the traffic stations, or the petrol stations. We're going to have to employ some more people to be able to cater for the night shift and the day shift. Now at the petrol stations, there's only 2 guys at night, or 1 guy at night, because they sleep, because there's no cars coming through. From 10-11, there's no cars coming through, then they sleep until 6 in the morning. Then the other guys come and relieve them. Then it starts to get busy. People are going to work, people are going to school. We want to create let's create the same vibe as the vibe that you see in the morning when kids are going to school. Who knows? We might even have schools that opens at night. In the olden days, we used to have schools that opened at night. We might even have schools that opens at night. Now we have a fully-fledged entire economy opening up, allowing economical activities to take place during the night. This thing of sleeping at 7, guys, I know. We're not going to create. Just think about just that job creation that I've mentioned. Filling stations, police force, and security guards. Everywhere across the country, at the shops, when you get into a bus, everywhere at the corner of the streets, there's people. At the bus stops, there's security guards, there's police driving around, making sure that the country is safe. Then shop owners are going to open up shops, because they know people feel safe, people are going to come in and buy. We're not going to think of people coming in to rob you at night, because even during the day, robbers can still rock and rob you. Gas stations are being robbed during the day, broad daylight. They rob gas stations, petrol stations in South Africa. Shops are being robbed during the. I saw a video, a jewelry shop being robbed during the day. I think it was even in the morning, late in the morning, around 11 in London. If it's not in London, somewhere in UK, because I could hear of the language. The language could give it away that no, this is in UK. Those guys were smashing the windows of the jewelry shop. They took out the entire. People were just watching, and then those guys took out the jewelry. And they didn't even. They just took it out and then they started running. Literally during the day, and someone was recording the. Ladies and gentlemen, this was funny to watch. But my point is, even during the day, you can be robbed the same way as you can be robbed at night. Sometimes at night it's even better because actually during the night we've got securities patrolling our shops. We just duplicate that. We've got security companies patrolling our homes, patrolling our shops while we sleep. You can just duplicate that and make it official. Pay those security companies to hire more people so that the country is safe. The moment we create an economy or transportation system that works during the night, we have an economy that's going to work during the night because the base is secured. Security is there. Then we're going to start seeing street vendors, people who are selling in the streets everywhere, coming through and opening for business during the night. Now, you will be forced, because you cannot work 24/7, you will be forced, every business will be forced to have 2 or 3 cycle shifts. Shift in the morning, shift during the day, shift at night. Or shift during the day, shift at night. That is employment creation. People will be driving buses. People will be driving taxis to take people to work. The one that drives during the day is not going to be the same as the one that drives at night. That means one bus is creating 2 employment for the driver. One bus. One taxi is going to create 2 employments for the driver. We're going to have 2 drivers for one taxi. It's 2 employment. Let's duplicate that 1,000,000 times across the country. We've created jobs. You will see what's going to happen to that graph that goes up every year. That graph is going to start nose diving. Jobs are going to be created. People are going to have avalanche of jobs to choose from. Your economy is going to grow. Your GDP is going to grow because we are productive. The 12 hours that we used to see flying out of the window, going to recover on that. Instead of 12, then we'll have 11, 10, 9, 1 hour only that we lose. Or eventually we don't lose any hour of the economy. Maybe I sound crazy, I don't know, but that's just how I see things. Some other countries have got a similar arrangement, a similar setup. Their economies are top notch. Their economies are growing. Unemployment rate is below 0 because they have got the same approach. Why would we close doors? Because if someone who has been working during the day can only get a free time during the night, when do you think they go shopping? When they are off. When they're off, maybe it's probably on a Saturday. Everyone is off on a Saturday. And what happens to the traffic on the road? Traffic jams everywhere. Traffic jams causes what? Delays. Delays causes what? A loss in revenue. You can link it and on and on and on and on. You will see where everything leads to. If we are all delayed and spending more time on the road, the time that we're spending on the road is the time that we could be pouring petrol at the filling station. It's the time that we could be in a shop buying something and consuming on whatever that we're buying food at the restaurant. The 2 hours that we spent on the road because we stuck in traffic, the 3 hours, we could have got to the restaurant, ate, and after 3 hours probably would be hungry again and go back to buy again. It's a loss in revenue. you know. So this is an exact example of what we can do during the night. In villages, guys, villages don't have transportation. Imagine if you introduce transportation during the night in villages. People that lives in the villages will start to go to town at night. There are small little businesses, entrepreneurs in the villages will start to open throughout the night. They will also hire 2 people, one during the day, one at night. You know, we won't hesitate to go to villages late at night because we know we have transportation system that works. You know, we used to. Hey, I've done that thing again. So we used to have. I just want to demonstrate the ability that this thing has got, or the potential that this thing that I'm saying has got on job creation, on growing the GDP of the country, and basically growing the economy of the country. We used to have in the olden days, I think this thing was stopped about 5-7 years ago. We used to have government old age government payouts or pay points. Old age, like my grandmother used to earn that grant from the government due to old age. So in South Africa, old people who lives with disability, and people under the age of 18, they earn monthly grants. It's free money. They just they give you a date that on this day for this month, it's your money will be in the bank. So today we using banks. Everyone receives the money through the bank. They got cards that they receive money on, and then they go to the bank, they withdraw the money, or they just go swipe in a shop or whatever. It's free money. So the money helps to grow the economy as well. So in the olden days, we didn't have cards. There was no, a person needed to go physically, put their fingerprint on some kind of a system. Then the system will identify who they are. They check your ID if you're still alive, and then they pay you. So those pay points, or there were points which were specifically selected for that purpose. So those pay points used to be our strongest economical points. The government vehicles or whoever that's managing those assets, asset management company, will go around in those highly protected vehicles, and then will go around the entire week. They will go around the villages, the towns, giving the old people and people living with disability their payouts. But there's pay points. Let's say for this entire village, it would be on the 20th of February. On the 20th of February, 8 o'clock, the vehicles are here. Then the people have lined up for their payment. You get there, they give you your money, you go next. That's how we found things running in the economy. And then they changed that to the card system. Now everyone earns through the bank. The pay points, done. They killed the pay points. Nothing replaced the pay points. What do you think happened to the entrepreneurs who were selling at those pay points? Their businesses are gone, finished. They had to pivot, find something else to do. Those people were making money. Like in one day, the vehicles would go to about 5 pay points in one day. 5 pay points. So some pay points were huge. So the government guys will take longer paying the older people. Some pay points were smaller, like the people were smaller, so they would take maybe an hour or two. Some pay points were huge, they would take about 4 or 5 hours. But this is what was happening. In the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, the place would be packed with people selling stuff. Everything you need, you'll find. The only thing that I never saw at the pay point was a car. But everything was there. Bicycles were sold there. It's a day thing. Trucks will come and offload stock and everything. Then they'll reserve a space for the pay point. Then the old people will come and line up. Government guys will arrive and they start paying them. Once they pay the old person, then the old person will take the money, count it, make sure that it's all in, and then they will reserve some for whatever. Then there will be some that they're going to spend around that flea market, because it's basically a flea market. They will reserve some money and use that money to buy whatever that they want. So there will be a row on the left for people who are selling stuff. There will be a row on the right for people who are selling stuff. Then the pay point will be there in front of the two big rows. Then the guys will be getting paid there. Then once they get the money, then they walk down the rows, left, right. You've got tomatoes here, you've got oranges here, you've got chicken here, you've got bread, you've got bicycles, you've got toys, you've got chairs, you've got brooms, you've got anything that you want to buy, you will find. Then this will be a long row of products and commodities that you can buy. Fruits, vegetables, you name it. The only thing that I've never seen there was livestock was there, chickens were there, eggs were there. The only thing that I've never seen was cars. Like I've never seen cars being sold at the pay point. But everything else I've seen. There's cars, stationery I've never seen. Clothes were there, shoes, everything, flowers. You can buy anything there. You know, I used to drive my grandfather to the pay point in his van, and then he would take along some older people around the village, and then we would go. So that day, I would bank school to take my grandfather to the pay point. And then when we come back, the van will be filled with things that he bought from, those who know this will attest to this. I know those who are my age, they know what I'm talking about, and they mustn't lie. They know what I'm talking about. They grew up through this. We never went to town to buy groceries. We were buying groceries through the pay points, at the pay points. What happened to all of those entrepreneurs? Because those guys were making money. Money was there instantly. You wouldn't say, I don't have money. They just gave you money there now. Then you come and buy. We eliminated trips to town. We eliminated a lot of things. What happened to those entrepreneurs? Imagine if we introduce, or we start building nighttime economy. All those entrepreneurs are going to start emerging. We introduce nighttime economy. Imagine if we have transportation system during the night. Currently, we've got taverns in South Africa. There's a lot of taverns. Taverns are a spot where people go chill for drinks and stuff like that. They have fun. There's music playing. Some taverns are offering food and stuff like that. We have plenty of those in South Africa. Plenty. Countless number. Is it countless number? Countless of those. Yeah. We've got a countless of those in South Africa. So imagine if we have transportation system during the night. Now I know that I can go to a tavern in a neighboring village. I know there's going to be transport that will take me back home. If I get hungry, there will be entrepreneurs selling outside, then I'll buy. We are building that economy, So that's basically that. So we need to revisit. If there's someone who can come up with a better idea of building the transportation system during the night, which I'm going to do. If nobody does it, I'm going to do it myself. I'm definitely going to build transportation system during the night. And once it works in one area, I'm going to duplicate it in many other areas. All you need is just to buy transport and start marketing it during the night. There's a whole lot more of commuters during the night who don't have transport. People walk long distances at night because they don't have transport at night. They give up and just walk. Just walk and hope I'll get there. It's nighttime anyway. Because today we're not, in villages, we're not afraid of lions, we're not afraid of wild animals, we're afraid of other human beings. So if it's in your village, you know everyone in the village. So if you meet someone at night, you already know who that person is. You greet them some 10 meters away before you actually pass each other. You greet them, you make sure that they're aware that you acknowledge and see them. So that if anything happens to you, you know it was that guy. So that's that I had. But lastly, before I go, I've seen something as I read the news. I've seen something that I was excited when I saw this. The South African Taxi Association movement called Santaco have established their own e-hailing system. You guys, this is one of the best things that we've ever created. Imagine the number of jobs that is going to create. Santaco has created its own e-hailing system. And we're going to build stronger economies around that. Lastly, before I go visit our support site. There's plenty of support programs available. It's called VC4A. Go to vc4a.com and visit all other available programs. Apply and support your businesses to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, after this video, I'm going to apply for support programs as well. I've seen a plenty that are available and I'm going to apply. So until next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. There will be a pop-up here. Click on the pop-up and subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Next week.